Good evening and welcome to our special election coverage tonight. WDHN is your election headquarters. I'm Joseph Sims. More than 25 state and local elections happening tonight with the polls closing in under an hour. Change is inevitable, sir, for some races with 0 incumbents on the board. However, that's not the case for Houston County Commission Chairman. After it seemed like the Houston County Commission Chairman race was going to be uncontested, John Rogers deciding to throw his hat in the ring to face incumbent County Commission Chairman Brandon Shoup to give voters a choice.
It was a decision that was kind of like, well, if I'm going to do all the barking and complaining, a lot of people say, then why don't you act on it? You know, why don't you show some action? And I felt like I have been very successful being a public servant.
You know, I'm going to relish the opportunity to get out there and prove myself again. I think anybody that is a competitor enjoys that. So I look forward to, talking to some people that maybe I hadn't had an opportunity or the time to work with here lately. So I look forward to reconnecting with some folks and laying out my vision.
Shoup says the proof is in the pudding with funding communities with projects, recreation, and having a working relationship. Rogers says he plans to be approachable, work hard, and most importantly, do so for those taxpayers if elected. One race that will have a new face is the Senate race in Alabama. Senator Tommy Tuberville deciding to run for governor. Wiregrass Representative Barry Moore is in the running for Senate with the president's endorsement. WDHN's Antoinette Godfrey is live at Congressman Barry Moore's election party, standing by with Congressman Moore. Antoinette.
Joseph, people are pulling in here at Ketchum's Restaurant, and Mr. Barry Moore and his lovely wife has entered the building. So, Mr. Moore, how are you feeling right now?
Well, we're excited. The energy's been crazy around the campaign, the volunteers and the people that have worked, and the calls I've got and the text I've got, people voting for us, getting their family to vote for us. So we're really excited, looking forward to a great night.
Yeah, because I see you and your wife are in great spirits, so I'm super excited for you both.
Yes, we are. I mean, it's always an anxious moment on election night, but for us, we just got a peace about it. Things have been going well, and so we're just going to press through the tape, as they say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And after months on Mr. Moore's campaign trail and just with him meeting with the constituents, he will be also having a running in November for his general election. So we're reporting here in Hartford. I'm Antoinette Godfrey, WDHN News for the Wiregrass. Back to you, Joe.
Thank you so much, Antoinette. The Senate race without an incumbent because the current Senator Tommy Tuberville deciding to run for governor. Current Governor Kay Ivey reaching her term limit. Tuberville has been leading in the polls on the Republican side leading up to today. His main opponent within his party is Ken McFeeters, who tried stopping Tuberville from running by claiming the former Auburn coach hasn't lived in Alabama for 7 years. On the Democratic side for governor, a familiar face, and Doug Jones is running. Jones is a former senator for the state. In fact, it was Tommy Tuberville that defeated Jones to earn his seat in the Senate. The two could square off again in a statewide election, this time for governor. And a Wiregrass man is also in the race for governor, running as a Democrat. Chad Chig Martin is making his second run for the governor's office. Martin is from Enterprise, but owns a business here in Dothan, Honeysuckle Hemp. He says that if he's elected, he wants to focus on what he calls sensible, respectable, and innovative leadership, saying this is your state and I would be working for you. And some more races we're following that are just here in the Wiregrass. Houston County Commissioner for District 1, the incumbent Democratic Curtis Harvey is he's not facing opposition from his own party. Not just that, but he's also facing two Republicans running as well. Businessman and lifelong resident Bobby Lewis is running on the Republican side, and retired law enforcement veteran Jeffrey Williams as well. Both candidates indicate that District 1 needs a change after 20 years under Harvey.
Lack of representation. So I want to see a change, more representation out in the county than what we've been getting.
We need a leader who's visible, who goes out and sits down and talks to people, listens, formulates the best ideal plan of action to try to solve a continual problem, have open formats so that you can come and talk to your commissioner, which we don't seem to have today.
Unlike all the other local races, this won't be decided tonight. This is the only local race with both a Democrat and a Republican running. And as for the Democrats running in this race, current Houston County District 1 Commissioner Curtis Harvey and Letitia Daniels Jackson are battling tonight on the Democratic side. Harvey says his principles are economic empowerment, safer communities, and taking care of the seniors. Daniels Jackson says her goal is to talk to voters and find out what their wants and needs are.
Basically running for another term because the work is not done. Yes, we have made a lot of progress. We have made progress, but there's still a lot of other issues that we're facing within our county.
I didn't wake up one day and say, oh, I want to be a Houston County Commissioner. It was really a call to public service, and I answered the call.
Again, who ultimately claims this seat will be decided in the general election come November. And with 0 Democrat challenging the other races in the Wiregrass, all other positions will again be decided tonight as long as there isn't a runoff. That includes Houston County Commissioner for District 2 and 3, the Revenue Commissioner and Board of Education's Commissioner for District 2. There will also be a new Houston County coroner tonight since current coroner Robert Byrd decided not to run for re-election. There will be a new sheriff in town for Geneva County. Current Sheriff Tony Helms deciding not to run for re-election. Tim Forehand and David Hall are looking to replace Helms. Also in Geneva County, District 1 Commissioner is up for grabs between Brian Hatton and Kevin Watson. Neither Geneva County races have incumbents, and both races will be decided tonight with only 2 candidates in each race. A runoff not possible there. In Henry County, 3 races are on the ballot. Commissioner for District 2 and 3. In both races, more than 4 people are running, making a runoff more likely, which again would be June 16th. Plus, Board of Education Commissioner for Henry County is up for grabs, and District 2 is where that seat is going to be up for grabs. In Coffee County, the only race will be decided tonight. Sheriff Scott Byrd is running for re-election, and Jason Birch is his challenger. Polls close in less than an hour, and as soon as we start getting results in, you can find them on our website at WDHN.com. Let's go over to Georgia and Early County, where polls closed 7 minutes ago. As soon as we get these results in, we'll be able to have them on our website at WDHN.com. This is for Board of Education District 1 in Early County. Edwin James and Sheila Tyner up against each other. As for Education Board District 4, Will Edmondson, Robert Merkinson. Again, polls closed 7 minutes ago in Georgia. Again, if you are in line, and this goes for Georgia and Alabama, if you're in line before polls close, that means that you can vote even when polls close and you still haven't voted, as long as you are in line. Again, the Peach State has a lot of elections as well. They'll have a new governor, one of the biggest races in this year's primary election. On the Republican side, for governor in Georgia, Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones is running. Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, Attorney General Chris Carr, and businessman Rick Jackson are among the candidates vying for the GOP nomination right now. Democrats also have a crowded field, including former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, DeKalb County CEO and former Labor Commissioner Michael Thurman, former Lieutenant Governor Jeff Duncan, and former State Representative Jason Eastives. Georgia's next governor will serve as state's executive director, overseeing state agencies, signing or vetoing legislation, managing emergencies, and helping set policy priorities under the Gold Dome. Again, Georgia, their polls closing just 7 minutes ago, and that's a crowded election field for governor. A possible runoff is there. Let's go back here to Alabama, where we have a couple statewide elections to keep you on up to date with. This is for Lieutenant Governor on the Republican side. George Childress, John Wall, the current GOP chairman for the state, running for Lieutenant Governor. Nicole Wadsworth, Pat Bishop. We also have a couple more running for Lieutenant Governor, including Rick Pate, Stuart Tankersley, and Wes Allen. So those are for the Republican side. On the Democratic side, for Lieutenant Governor, you have Darrell Perryman and Philip Ensler. And Philip Ensler, a current state representative. As soon as those polls close, we'll have these election results for you. Let's go to Attorney General now for Alabama. On the Republican side, you have Jay Mitchell, Catherine Robinson, and then Pamela Casey. That is for Attorney General in Alabama. No Democratic challengers for Attorney General in Alabama. A runoff still possible here between these three candidates if one of them cannot reach the 50% threshold that wins outright. So if one of them does win the 50% threshold, they'd be crowned the winner tonight, with no general election really needed to come with no Democratic challenger. Still, you have time to get out and vote if you haven't done so already. It's only 6:10. Polls close at 7 p.m. And if you don't know where to go to vote, you can find your polling precinct on our website at WDHN.com. Simply find the link, put your address in. It tells you exactly where to go. Again, polls close at 7. If you're in line before polls close, you can still vote. As soon as we start getting those results, we'll have that updated on our website. We'll also have all the results available tonight at WDHN News at 10.